for baseball, for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, you're going to be in the infield already. So you don't have to worry about going in and out in those situations. But for when you're playing back because they can't lead off, the ball goes out, you come in. If it's in, you stay out.
Okay. This is going to be a little bit tedious, but I told you guys even dinosaurs read and highlight the rules. Can you see the highlights? Have I got anything highlighted? I've got a lot highlighted. And we're going to touch every one of those highlighted elements. Most of this next 25 minutes is going to be spent on 1st and 2nd grade because truthfully, the rule list is longer there than what it is as you get into the older divisions. But let's get going. Regulation game for 1st and 2nd grade is how many innings? 5. What's the time limit for the game? Hour and 15. And that rule changed because we've shortened the oldest age group in both softball and baseball to an hour and a half. I got really tired of working all day, going to the ball diamond and not getting done until 11:30. Dinosaurs are not happy the next day when that happens, okay?
Dinosaurs generally not happy about 8:45.
Probably true. Probably true. Hour and 15 minutes. What's the run limit per half inning? And make sure you say that right and think about that right. Half inning, not run rule. 5. In the event there's a grand slam after they've scored 4 runs and the scorekeeper comes to you and says, how many runs do I record? What's your answer? 5. Okay, 5 is the max. Run rule, number 7 is where I'm at, if you're following along. This one is different, and I'll screw you up when we get to 3rd and 4th, because we want these kids to play more. It's a 10-run rule, a 10-run rule after 4 innings. In 3rd and 4th, it's 3. We'll point that out when we get there. Does the infield fly apply? No. The only age groups are the oldest in baseball, the oldest in softball. Everybody else does not have an infield fly rule. So, touching this now, because we're not going to do 7th and 8th today, when does an infield fly apply? So,
when is it in effect?
When is it in effect? What's the position? What's happening? Runner, outs, and so on. 1st and 2nd, or 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Good, Matt. Less than 2 outs. So what that's saying is, in the event we have 1st and 2nd occupied with 1 out, as the home plate umpire, if Matt is my partner, I'm going to do this. What's that indicating? Potential infield fly. Who can call an infield fly? The umpires, not just the home plate umpire.
That was plural.
Yep.
That was plural.
Umpires.
If your partner signals that, though, signal it back.
Yep.
That way they know you know what's going on, okay? If you're 7th and 8th grade and your partner signals infield fly, signal it back.
Does everybody understand that? I'm going to say the infield fly rule one more time because there's at least 2 conditions that have to be satisfied. There cannot be 2 outs, and 1st and 2nd or 1st, 2nd, and 3rd have to be occupied before the infield fly rule applies. So, and I'm being a booger, 1st and 3rd are occupied with 1 out. Does the infield fly apply? No, it does not. What's the purpose behind an infield fly rule? Intentional drops that end up in an easy double play. That's what we're trying to avoid. And in the event that you have an infield fly in one of the older age groups, what I say is, I'm pointing to the sky with 1 finger, infield fly if fair. Why am I saying that? That's right. True story. Butler playing McPherson, wind blowing out of the southeast at about 50 miles an hour. A pop fly goes up over second base that lands in foul territory right beside third base because the wind was so loud. What's the call on that? Does an infield fly apply if that ball landed in foul territory? No, it does not. And if I say infield fly if fair, I have covered myself. Does that make sense? That's a true story. I was behind the plate. I could not believe a ball moved 50 yards sideways, but it did in that wind. No infield applies in first and second grade. Drop third strike. If you're playing high school ball, drop third strike applies in every pitch for a third strike in baseball and softball. It does not apply here. When the third strike is registered, that batter is out no matter where the ball goes.
First and second.
Make sense? So, a pitched ball is a dead ball, and I'm looking at number 11. I'm going to spend a little time here to make sure you understand. Because in this age group, runners cannot advance unless a batted ball, is put in play. That could be fair, it could be foul, and in the event that fair or foul ball is caught, the runners can tag up and advance at their own risk. Does everybody understand what that means? Questions? In the event a ball is missed by the catcher, can a runner score from third on just a wild pitch? No. That is correct. Base runner may attempt to advance only on a fair hit or a caught fly, fair or foul, after the runner retouches the base if caught, is what the rule says. Okay? Everybody understand? Can a base runner steal in first and second grade? No. Number 12. Read that. They can't lead off until after the pitch leaves the machine. If they do, what does the base umpire do? Yep, you ring them up.
All right, let's talk about that though. This is first and second grade. Do we want to ring them up the very first time it happens? No. Use this as a teaching opportunity. Coach, make sure your players stay on the base until the ball comes out or until the ball is put into play, whatever you want to use there. A lot of the times when I'm going to use this base, those kids won't be paying attention. They'll just stand here. They're just playing in the dirt half the time, whatever. They're not trying to do anything. Get with your coach to deal with the younger kids. Tell them to get back on base. If it continues to happen, then we'll enforce it. Don't ring them up the very first time it happens. Be generous to these young kids. Make sense?
I'm on number 13 and continuing, and I'm trying to move through this because I want to get done as close to 10 as we can. In first and second grade, machine pitch ball, what is the umpire responsible for in terms of pitch counts? Two things. What are they?
Strikes and number of pitches.
Strikes and number of pitches, Ron says, and that's a bingo. So, in the event the first three pitches that come off the machine, the batter swings, misses, swings, misses, swings, misses. What has just happened to that batter? Strike three, batter's out. They may cry on you. Don't let that disturb you. Get them out of the way, get the next batter in, and move on down the road. That make sense? If they swing at three pitches and miss all of them, we're done. What happens if that third pitch is actually fouled off? Another pitch? That'd be pitch 4. If he fouls pitch 4 as well, what do? You throw pitch 5, and before pitch 5 is said, I don't get the opportunity to work with the wee ones very often, but my language is, batter, last pitch. What am I telling him? This is the last pitch. You better swing, buddy, because you're not going to get another one. In the event they've taken 4 and fouled 4 off, and they stand and take the 5th pitch without swinging, what happens to that batter? The batter is out. The batter has taken 5 pitches. I haven't had this happen in Valley. I understand it's happened in a couple other places. The rule specifically says if a coach has to pitch, they get 7 pitches instead of 5 because the coach isn't going to throw perfect pitches. Okay? In the event they foul off 32 fifth pitches, is that batter out at that point in time? Still fouling balls off. You keep going. Okay? Say it again. Yeah. If they try to bunt, the same rules apply in first and second grade, sorry. First and second grade, they foul a bunt off with 2 strikes. That batter is immediately done. And that's a rule consistently in baseball and softball. Never played under any other set of rules. Let me stop. Is there something I missed that you want to touch on?
No. Again, first and second grade is either 3 swinging strikes or 5 pitches, whichever comes first. Again, caveat, foul off, but it's 3 swinging pitches or 5 pitches, whichever comes first.
Now, 5th pitch, fouled off, ball is ticked by the batter. The catcher catches that ball directly in the catcher's mitt. Foul tip, batter's out. That makes sense? Foul ball is different than a foul tip. Foul tip goes directly from the bat to the glove and is caught. Can't hit him in the mask, can't bounce. If it does, that's immediately a foul ball. If it goes directly into the mitt, that is a foul tip and the rung up. And the foul tip signal is used. Make sure you get that up above your shoulders where people can see it. And then the strike and the out signal are used as well. Make sense?
So first and second grade, it's coming off the machine. If it comes straight down the middle and they don't swing at it, is that a ball or a strike? It doesn't matter. It's a pitch. Right. She's exactly right. If they swing at it and miss, what do? Signal only. Signal only. So the only time you're really, as a plate umpire in first and second, calling too much is if it's a foul ball, you want to signal your foul ball or your outs. Okay? Other than that, it's mostly just hand signals for first and second grade.
So a coach is going to be on the field pulling the lever to deliver the pitch. Chuck is going to be the pitcher on the defensive team. Where does he have to start that play? Behind the machine, anywhere in the back half of the circle, if you will. There's going to be a circle. We don't have them today. There's going to be a circle chalked on the infield.
So this is our circle.
Yep.
Say home plate's that way. The machine will be pretty much in the middle, as close to the middle as it can be. The pitcher, position pitcher, has to be behind the machine in the circle. They can't be over here, because they'll try to be. They'll be outside of that circle, get them back in the circle.
Yep. Okay?
They'll try to be up in front of it.
What advantage are they trying to get if they do that? Trying to be closer to home plate, because there's going to be lots of dribblers in first and second grade ball. Okay? There's a safety issue associated with it as well. I know there's not going to be an umpire at the machine. You never want to be hit by that spring-loaded arm. I've had it happen once where a kid bumped it and nailed my knee and it hurt for 3 weeks because it comes off hard.
It's a hard spring with a hard piece of metal flinging at you.
Yep.
So it does not feel good.
Be careful. Be careful.
You know, I can also address, there's a lot of times, there's a couple of real competitive teams that play at that age. They have their first and third basemen come all the way up. If you deem that to be a safety thing, if they're too far in front, you have the right to have them move back. Same as the kid that's in the circle, the pitcher in the circle. Have them move back. They can go wherever they want to after it's pitched, but until then, that's your job.
Everybody hear that? Safety issue, first and third baseman if they creep in too far. Okay? Let's keep going because I'm behind the curve time-wise. On number 17, batted ball strikes the pitching machine or the bucket or the machine operator. This is a batted ball. The ball is dead. The batter is awarded first base. Other runners are awarded one base too. You understand that? They don't have to be forced. This is the only age group where you're going to see that rule. The runner advances. And what I'm describing is, in other situations, if we've only got a runner on second, and let's say a batter is hit, the batter gets first base, but the runner at second doesn't advance to third. They stay at second because they're not forced. Everybody understand? In this age group and this age group only, they advance, trying to give them the advantage to where they score some runs.
We're going to treat it like a single, basically. So everybody gets one base from where they started.
Yep.